Got neck and shoulder tension? Kind of like asking if you breathe, right? Whether it's from time on our phones, our computers, driving in the car, caring for young people, or our favorite hobbies. Many of us are carrying around a ton of neck and shoulder tension. Not only is it uncomfortable, but it can also lead to tension headaches. It can impact our immune health. It can cause brain fog and even increase our stress. I'm Jen Hoffman from healthymoving.com, and I would love to share with you 4 of my favorite simple and little known exercises for easing neck and shoulder tension. Try them with me now. The Genie Magic neck stretch. You might have seen it before. I'm kind of famous for this one, but let's do it together now. It's great for easing tension whenever you're having a hard time turning your neck, but it's also great to do before other exercises because it frees up tension and allows you to get even more out of those exercises. Start with the baseline. I'll mirror you. Turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Notice how far you can see. Then come back to center. Bring your arms out in front in I Dream of Genie kind of position, one forearm on top of the other. Keeping your torso and your head forward, rock your arms to your left side. We're just gonna do a few rocks. Again, we're freeing up some of the tension that can live in the upper body. And then come back to center, release your arms, turn your head, and now notice, voila, how much further you can see. Let's do the same thing on the second side. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Come back. This time place your opposite arm on top. Rock your forearms over to the right side, keeping your head and torso pointing forward. And then turn your head and look over your left shoulder. Magic, right? Maybe you become aware several times throughout the day that your head is kind of pitched forward on your body. The typical way that most of us correct this is to squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the chest up. That actually doesn't change the alignment in the neck at all. It just kind of shoves it forward and hides it, a little smoke and mirrors trick. Instead, what we want to do is restore healthy curvature in our thoracic and our cervical spine, in the upper back and into the neck. We can do that with this very simple exercise that you can do anytime you're on your phone, your computer, you're driving in the car. Super simple, but very powerful. The first thing we need to do though is bring the ribs into neutral alignment. So let your rib cage relax down till your sternum at the front of your chest is perpendicular to the floor. Then from there, imagine the corner behind you where your wall and your ceiling meet. If you're outside, you can pretend that you're inside. Kudos to you for being outside. But take your head on a vector up and back toward that wall behind you without lifting your chest. So this is what commonly happens when I tell people to take their head up and back, is they do this. Your rib cage is actually a separate part from your head and can move. The two pieces can move independently of each other. So keep your rib cage down and take your head up and back. Oftentimes people will say that it impacts the tension immediately and they feel an energy boost, pressure in their ears is decreased. Great if you have sinus issues going on. Just very simple, chest down, sternum vertical, head up and back. Ramp the head. Okay, now we're gonna look at your arms and shoulders. Where do your arms hang when you leave them down to your side? If you're like most people with typical modern habits, when you bring your arms to rest at your sides, they're actually in front of the body with the palms facing in toward the legs. We want to restore healthy alignment, not just to ease the tension that you might be feeling, but also to help prevent injury. So, what is healthy alignment? Take a look at your elbow pit. When your arms are internally rotated from modern habits, the elbow pits point in toward the torso. That's what often brings the palms out in front of the body. Instead, externally rotate your upper arm, and you can do one arm at a time until the elbow pit or the elbow crease points straight ahead. Then, keeping the elbow crease there, rotate your palm in toward the side body. Now your arm is at your side in optimal alignment. Do the same thing on the second side. Elbow pit forward, palm facing in toward the body. To help make this your new normal, to help restore this as your resting arm position, we're gonna do a very simple exercise. Imagine that I super glued your arms to the side of your body. Start at your upper arm and squeeze, elbow pits forward. Squeeze the upper arms in toward the body, then the forearms, and then the palms. Squeeze, squeeze. Keep breathing, but hold this contraction. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Then exhale and release. Shake out your arms, and now look where they come to rest. If you started here, you might not be all the way to optimal yet, but you're probably a little bit closer there. Doing this simple exercise, even one arm at a time, a couple times throughout the day, can be a powerful tool to help restore healthy shoulders and arms. All right, if you ever feel that upper back tension, this last one is for you. It's very simple, called the elbow touch. You're just gonna bring your forearms together in front of the body, elbows together, and then from this position, I'll turn a little to the side, from this position, you're just gonna take the hands away from each other. Now, you can play with the height of your elbows, ideally coming up to about shoulder height, but you might not be there today. And then you're just working to take the hands away from each other. You can get a hand exercise as well by spreading your fingers, trying to make a right angle between your thumbs and your middle fingers as you do the stretch. Play with the height of your arms, play with how far apart you take your elbows. Breathe into it for a couple moments and just allow the tension in your shoulders and upper back to melt away. If these exercises helped you, I'd love to give you free access to my full Healthy Moving Neck and Shoulder bundle. It's got 4 different classes, all of varying lengths to fit your schedule, and it's packed with my favorite exercises for your upper body, not only to ease the tension in your neck and shoulders, but also to help you prevent it from coming back. The free access is for 3 days only though, so get yourself registered using the links here.